Tonight's episode, The Endangered Species.
There, I think I'm all set up. So now we've got the, flip this back over. We've got the chat over here. We've got the Instagram over here. And we'll go live for a little while. We're going to be live in a little bit talking to some guys about Blade Show. But I was minding my business looking at Instagram today, and there's big stuff happened. So instead of just digging into it, I figured I'd go live and dig into it live and see what happens. So if anybody is out there watching this live, give me some feedback on the sound. By typing something into the thing, we'll see the feedback over here. So we're going over to Chris Chang's Instagram, which is Top Shot Chris. Here it is. And I guess Chris is going to be on the cover of Recoil. And so he linked over to it. And here's how I came into this whole situation. I follow Chris's channel, but I don't follow Recoil magazine. I'm old, so I know that Recoil magazine's a bunch of goofies that have done things in the past, in my opinion, just to get attention. When they first figured out that they had a problem with the editor, they doubled down on it, they leaned into it. So I think they do things that are controversial intentionally. That's what I think. But so I seen this picture or this post, and Chris is saying, head over to Recoil, vote for your favorite version of me on the cover, pre-order your copy at blah, blah, blah. So I don't care, right? He's gonna be on the cover. Other people have been on the cover. Usually people are happy to be on the cover of a magazine, right? So in this case, I see that flag thing and I'm like, no, I'm not a big fan of flags like that. So I'm gonna go see, it says favorite version. I'm gonna go see what these other versions are. Now I don't subscribe to Recoil, as you see. I don't follow Recoil magazine. So I came over to their post, and one thing you can tell is that there's, when you hover over it, there's 2,984 comments. Bingo, something's going on. 9,000 views. Whenever I looked at this earlier in the day, it was like 1,000 something, but still, or maybe 900 or something, but still, I could tell something was going on. So I came over here to see if he's got a different shirt on. So I'm clicking through, and if you'll notice, he's wearing the same shirt. All they did is change the background between like kind of a white background where you can read everything easy, this red and blue background, which is bad because nobody likes red, and then this one, which is still red and blue and white. So basically it's like which layout do you like better? And then I guess people are like, oh, well, whatever, you know, doesn't matter because Chris is on the cover, right? But yay, whatever. So I don't care. I mean, I'm not a big fan of messing with the flag. I don't like this, what does they call this? What do they call that? This, there's a name for that when it's all messed up. I can't think of it. Dang it, I'm trying to tip my tongue. Anyway, whenever they beat them up like that, I'm not a big fan of that, or whenever they print them so that they look like they're all beat up. And then, of course, I'm not a fan of wearing the flag, period, and then fiddling with the colors. Here's the deal. You flip the colors, you make it goofy, and it's art now. So now it's not even a flag anymore. It's representative of a flag, right? But so as far as flag code and stuff, I was like, well, if there's a better one, I'm down. But technically, I guess I like this one because it still has color, but there's also, you can read it. This one looks kind of lame, and this one looks too busy, can't read it. But whatever. So then I started to read the comments, and then I went, uh-oh, there's all kinds of controversy, right? So distressed, thank you, that's what I was looking for. They think it's cool to like go, oh, it's distressed. Like, no, it looks like it's all tattered and shitty. And you're supposed to take that to the VFW hall so that the old guys can teach little kids how to burn it ceremoniously with tradition and respect. And then you go get another one. Capitalism. So anyway, yeah, distressed, thank you. So I figured I'd read some of these comments raw. I have not read any of them. I just seen that there was a bunch, and then since then, been minding my business. I went all the way to the store to buy stuff and didn't bring my wallet with me. So I'm that kind of dumbass now. So then I had to come all the way back home, get my wallet, go all the way back to the store and get the stuff, go all the way back home. So I've been wasting time today. But anyway, in that time, bunch more comments. I don't know how many I'll get through. Like I say, we're about to go live here in about an hour, less than an hour, top of the hour, to talk about Blade Show, which happens every year in Atlanta. Started with Blade magazine, and it's grown to be quite a cool thing. It's basically like an industry show for the blade industry or for knives. So A couple of dudes from the old gun channels kind of situation went there and have had time to come back and recuperate. So we're going to go live and talk about their experiences, look at some of their pictures and stuff. I'm drinking some dark chocolate oat milk with coffee in it tonight. All right, so I guess I can make this a little bigger for you people, not for me, so people can read it easier. And then we'll read some of these comments and see just what the gun community is up to these days. So we got Recoil Magazine. We're on their page. And then the first thing, I don't know if it's the first one that Instagram is showing us. And to be honest, I have no idea if Instagram filters the responses or the comments. I really don't know. I think they may. I'm not sure. So let's go in. He has 473 likes. There's no such thing as an unlike. So there's that. Congrats, nothing but respect. Get the heel out of here. So there's one kind of weird one. Mob sellout. I don't know what that is. He's gay, so I think that's telling this one guy something. I'm not sure. Maybe they think that Chris is pandering. So I don't know. It's up to you to figure out what the deal is. I don't like Recoil. I like Chris, and I just wanted to have a look at the community. So we're going to look at this. Whatever bias you want to bring to the table. This is like Yoda walking into you're Luke Skywalker walking into the tree. You're bringing whatever baggage you're bringing with. We're just looking at this together. Actually, that compounds the problem because Recoil likely chose him for pride and that he wasn't off of his merits, Judge. See, I don't get some of this. So I guess I'm learning that there's whole new words and I don't know what mob culture is, if that's good or bad. Did you not hear Chris gave some of the most compelling arguments to Congress just a couple of months ago? He's probably one, if not the strongest 2A advocate we have right now. I wouldn't go around saying he's the strongest only because we have such an amazing team of superheroes in 2A right now. But yeah, Chris is rocking it. And yeah, he did some quite compelling, it's a great word for it, compelling arguments that only he could do, right? Like he got there and he did it as a non-representative of different organizations. So that was pretty good. I'm dumbfounded how many people don't see the irony of these photos that the 2A is for all Americans. Don't sweat the negative jackwagons on here. I'm aware I'm wrong for calling him a mob sellout in his comment. That's my mistake. The bigger issue is Recoil choosing him now instead of then because he's a homosexual. I don't know what that means. So I guess he's on the cover because it's Pride Month or whatever. And that's what they're saying. So then let's keep going. Thanks for fighting hard for our rights. Top Shot was also awesome. Now that's the other thing. I don't know. Isn't Chris one of, no, Chris and Dustin, or was it just Chris? I remember Chris and Dustin back in the day. I'm trying to remember back to when Top Shot was on. That was not yesterday. Weren't they both sort of like, or no, Dustin was a gun person. Chris was the one who's like, I'm not really a gun person. And then he just went ahead and like whaled it. And that part of Top Shot was really cool. So he didn't just win Top Shot. He won Top Shot as like an amateur, I guess you'd say, or like as a non-gun person, which was actually pretty awesome, I thought. He also advocates for our rights. Go listen to his speeches. He doesn't just advocate for rights. When you go places and stuff, that's activism. Where can I get this shirt? I'm not a big fan of the shirt. So 81 if you like the shirt, 42 if you don't like the shirt. Let's do it that way. Thanks for all you do. And that's because I don't like any shirt that puts an American flag on a shirt, and I don't like any shirt that screws an American flag in any way. And I wouldn't wear a shirt with a good American flag on it either. It's weird. And I don't know what this is. What's the point of missing some of the stars there? Is that just bad graphics, or is that part of the distressed part? Glad to see you getting some coverage. That's cool. So that's the one thing is all, what do they say? All, how does that work? All news is good news or something like that. Like all attention is good attention or something. You misspelled used. I don't know what that means. Nice try though. Oh, I think he's saying used like he got used. I don't know. So that's the other thing. Is Recoil just doing this to get sales to a magazine that anybody reads? Who's the readers of Recoil? That's the other thing, is if this is going to get people to read Recoil, I guess that would be their audience, because the people that are going to hate Recoil weren't reading Recoil in the first place, I guess. Let's see, maybe this link works to testimony or stories. Oh, that's pretty cool. Does this work? Oh, no. Okay, good. I got to open stuff in new windows, I guess. Oh, that's just his channel, so that didn't do nothing. Dang it. So I'm going to scroll past those 60 because I don't know where I was in there. And then we got Ashley Linsky there, thank you. And then she's got 7 replies to her. She goes, the second one, you look fab. So I don't know what that means. Oh, she's saying she likes the second one. I don't like the second one. Then this dude, the fire pharmacy. Oh, look at that. We used to have a pharmacist in the Gun Channels crew. What do you call it? This is a different play on that whole thing. Best comment here. Chris likes that one. Yay. Okay. Oh, so you don't know proper flag etiquette? It's not okay. I'm down for this, dude. Right on, Justin. According to U.S. flag code, for respecting the flag, the American flag shouldn't be worn as apparel at all. Yet no one ever seems to speak up about that. But ultimately, writing this fact is pointless because the issues raised in the comments of this post are in and of themselves false flags. Interesting. Well, here you go. I've got decades, literally decades of standing up for the flag code. So not everybody doesn't speak up about it, but I hear you. Not enough people care about the idea of it and speak up for it. But me and Ashley don't agree on everything. Then you got SD gun owners. They like number 2. I don't like number 2. You can't read none of the other stuff here. Thanks for not being cool. So there you go. Ugh, it doesn't matter the background mostly because I can't decide. So it's Mom at Arms, who's from Virginia and cool. We got Argo J in there. Ursula is from Arizona, voting for 2. Argo's voting for 1, the boringest of the covers. Interesting. Tactical Outfitters is a patch place in California, voting for 2. So I guess it's not that bad a comment. It's just a bunch of people voting at this point. So maybe all the bad comments were just to Chris's post. Let's see. I am sure that the 1% of people will get this. Go woke, go broke. So Artac is saying that. Lockjaw says 2. Somebody says something here. Then we got none of those. Put the thumbs down. I hope you have a gay kid. I did he fly the American flag? Right on. So see, that's the thing. I think you're going to put up a thing with a disrespect to the flag code on Recoil. Recoil isn't, am I not wrong that Recoil is for dude bros? Like Recoil is for like cop dude bros. So they're going to be either down with screwing up a flag because they're always drawing lines on them, or they're going to be like, no, I don't care if he's gay or whatever. I don't want that fucking flag on there. That's what I'm wondering, if they knew that they could, because Recoil's like this. This isn't the first time Recoil's done something to get their name out there. And I might be the only one even willing to do this because I'm the only one that Recoil doesn't support, and I'm not trying to get in Recoil. And I can remember Recoil doing stuff like this more than, and I don't like the idea that they're using Chris or Second Amendment to get ads, if that's what they're trying to do, or sell magazines or whatever. So I think that's what this guy's saying, is like none of those based on the flag being that messed up. Then, because that's why he's saying if I did, he'd fly the American flag. Keep that same energy when those thin blue line American flags. He says, I find it funny how you wish on me like being gay is a bad thing. So that's interesting. So that's sort of a weird back and forth I didn't think about. So I don't even get all this stuff. I don't get into the petty stuff. So some of this is just for me to get hip with how people hate each other. I don't pay attention to it very often, and I'll forget it as fast as I can. You clearly don't support the blah, blah, blah community. So again, I think this guy misunderstands what that other guy was saying, that those shirts are fucked up. People still buy magazines that don't hold bullets. That's a nice comment. I like that comment. Anytime somebody acts like their piece of paper magazine is so good, you can tell them that. And then 2 people thought that was also clever. I like that. Ooh, a different cover. I like it. Yeah, I'd like a different cover. I'd like, say, let Chris design the cover and then put your crap in behind it. I don't think Chris said, hey, let me hold a gun so that you can't even tell it's a gun. Or maybe he did, but I bet you he didn't. I was kind of hoping that the gun would change in one of these too, so you could tell what it is. We know what it is, but nobody else in the world's going to know what that is. Unless that's the point. Maybe it's, no, it's got a gun right here. So I don't know why they would put that on the cover and then think they're going to get people to buy it. Cry. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's sarcastic or what. Why does the thought of 2 men kissing make your downstairs feel funny? So basically, this is, I guess, some of the stuff that people are going to be like, oh, look at, I got to go fight on the internet about this stuff. How about one with the real American flag? There we go. 40 comments to that one. So far, there's really only been like a couple of, who knows if they're legit or not. It's hard to say if they're legit. I guess you could tell by how many likes. Like, there's no likes to this one. Or to some of the, where's that one? Like, Over Kids Gay or whatever. Like that one, I bet you can see how many likes there are. Like that one only has 1. See, no likes on it. So I don't know how many of these, how to tell on Instagram if the feedback is active or, if people dig it. On YouTube, you can get likes on your comments, so you can tell like the most favorite comment or whatever, most popular comment. Okay, so then this person says, how about one with a real American flag? And then this person is wiping their ass with a real American flag. So what are you going to do? Someone else's happiness hurt you that badly? So see, I think people are going to get offended by what they come to the table with. And then if you're saying, hey, I challenge this picture because of XYZ, you don't declare it, then they're going to think, oh, you're challenging this picture because of other things too. So then this one gets all weird. And then does the thin blue line trigger you? Yes. Lots of trauma to unpack there. Maybe you got some repressed feelings. I don't understand people that try to flip stuff over when, in this case, this is a fairly decent comment, I think. Maybe the whole bunch of exclamation points at the end makes it go, oh, that's somebody yelling or something, or maybe the capitalized real. But it's not a horrible comment, right? 651 likes. And then, to go all nuts, like, oh, maybe you need therapy. Well, maybe you're just not understanding the question. Maybe you're the one that needs therapy, right? So then a whole bunch of yeses. There's a lot of laws about the U.S. flag. Tons of people don't follow. I doubt anyone has ever been prosecuted. I see tons of shooters wearing American flag shirts. So this one has you all worked up and think he has nothing to do with the flag, everything to do with the colors. So there again, like, oh, well, guess what? Since no one else has ever cared about the thing you're talking about, therefore you're wrong. Well, fuck you. You just don't ever pay attention to anybody who's wearing a flag wrong. Let's see, it has everything to do with the homophobes who wish to impose their morality on other men. So I don't know where that came from. I guess this was about the flag or whatever, right? Too controversial. So I don't know if people are commenting on this, thinking they're commenting on the main one. Interesting. This is the facet of Instagram too. That if this was a forum, if this was gun channels, we had the ability. We know how to filter comments. If we want a comment to branch from a comment so you can reply to people, in other words, you can set it up that way. This is set up that way, but not everybody uses that way, and not everybody understands that. So it's kind of difficult when you have so many people using a system to understand if these people are just like commenting in the wrong place, or if they're if they're just not on track, or maybe they're commenting to somebody else and accidentally put it in the feed. Anyway, next up is the American flag is constantly printed in cups, bikini tops, and bottom socks. Where's the outrage for not following the U.S. flag code in such cases? Just follow my post, dude. I call people out all the time. There's like major companies that won't talk to me because I'll call them out for wadding up a flag, throwing it on the fucking ground, throwing their shit on it, taking a picture of it, and getting mad at me when I call them out for not knowing the flag code. And they literally have blocked me from their channel. So this is another person who thinks is so good, and he's like, oh, well, 2 wrongs make a right. So shit, if I've seen somebody else do it wrong, I never got to do it right. Well, fuck you, guy. Get off your ass and shut up, basically. Because I'm not asking him to do nothing. Just shut up. Nothing says Chris is trying to normalize whatever this utter garbage he's supporting and defending 1A and 2A rights, the personal rights. So this part I can get behind, but I don't think they set it up to be that. I really think, and I'm just going to keep saying it, I think Recoil set this up to be divisive on multiple levels. The whole idea that they said, pick between these covers when the only thing different is a stupid, inconsequential layout makes me wonder why it wasn't a big setup. I don't think Chris is involved at all. I think Chris is, if anything, he was used in this whole thing. But at least Chris is going to get some much due coverage or whatever, attention from it. Let's see, SCOTUS US versus something made the CAD flag code unenforceable. Oh shit, I just got something good that I actually can use. No one ever thought the flag code was enforceable. Flag code is a respect. Respect is given, not taken. You can't take respect from someone. Respect is given. So when you offer no respect, that's you offering no respect to what the flag represents. And that's on you. You don't have to, but you also have to own the fact that you've decided to not give the flag any respect. No one is forcing you to. That case was specific to a desecration and woefully beside the point. These idiots have a problem with the rainbow flag because they do not like gay people. So absurdity begets absurdity. See, so Mark Knapp hates people and he wants to divide. So he can't see that a human who lives in this country and respects what that flag signifies and represents, he can't understand that people have a relationship to that flag that Recoil has put out on a fragile little edge of a whole bunch of different things to teeter in order to capitalize off of it. So I don't know, 41, or wait, what do we see? 81 if Recoil is innocent, 42 if Recoil is the blame here, just taking advantage of everything, causing division and rift. And here's the other thing. I mean, it's not, they didn't come up with Pride Week. They decided to do this cover and present it in such a way at a time when we have two parallel comment periods and an obligation to talk to our representatives to prevent the accidental placement of what's his face for ATF, right? Not to blame, but also guilty. I like it. So I don't think Recoil gets a mix on this. If you take Recoil magazine and take a look at and 2A, let me just type in Recoil and 2A and see what happens. Censorship in Recoil, gunpowder censorship, Recoil's pull Recoil. Oh, 2A armament releases more accessibility. I guess it's not at the top of the list. So, there you go. Second Amendment. So I don't know how many people follow what's been happening or what has happened in the past, but this guy who works for Recoil went and shot some H&K and then was like, yeah, this gun shouldn't be available to the public. And they did pretty good on that. They've done it a couple of times. So Recoil isn't innocent in this. They're not new to the world of publishing or how the world works or when to do things, right? And they can set these things up in different ways. So again, they could have done 6 different ways. They could have just posted the cover and not created a big thing for a division. They could have turned off comments. Or can you turn off comments in Instagram? Maybe you can't. Let's see. So that was that guy talking about that case, which I'm going to have to go look up. So that's new to me. I haven't heard of that case before. How much time do I have for this other one? So got 16 minutes for the other chat. Nobody's shown up for that other one yet. So let's see. Then we got, let us not forget about the Texas versus Johnson. If you truly support the government prosecuting individuals exercising their freedom of expression, you're a communist in theory. If you truly support free speech and expression, then you must also support free expression. For the views you do not agree with, that's Chomsky. Exercising rights is only uncomfortable to 2 classes of people, tyrants and slaves. Interesting. Then we got, don't know who Chris is or what you're talking about. I'm simply stating the only folks attempting to okay, whatever. So this is definitely taking it in a different direction. Then your rage looked, I specifically said I don't have a problem with homosexuals, and your rage didn't open your eyes and read. And that's something that, again, did Recoil think that people were going to be like, you know what, 2020, after last year, everybody's chill. Let's just post this and everybody will, just get along and be fine. Or did they go, you know what'll blow everything up? Let's see. Do we need a little spicy comment section to help with subscriptions or whatever they call these things? As long as it's not made out of an American flag. That's when you technically get into it, but this is like somebody came up with their own version of a flag code and then goes with it. But you're right, you're not supposed to make a flag out or make a shirt out of an American flag. There are tons of bitches that do that. But it says nothing about having it printed on it. It actually does, but you can read it, that's cool. Then we get, you're wearing an American flag bathing suit on the wing of that airplane. I'm sure the founders wouldn't approve you wearing an American flag to cover your genitals. Oh, see, so she's got some sort of, so the girl who originally posted this is running around wearing American flags. So yeah, wearing clothes with the American flag in them or of them is also against flag code. So most people that get all worried about the flag are violating the flag code constantly. So FYI. Nothing for Memorial Day, and then this. I thought that was interesting. So I looked over to see if Recoil did do anything for Memorial Day. And no, fuck Memorial Day, really. They didn't. That's not going to sell issues, right? It's not going to sell copy. Chris is the true man in the photo you're talking about. Wait, Chris is the man in the photo you're talking about. Maybe talking about 2A culture, gun culture, LGBTQIA culture before you try to join the discussion. I had to have a discussion, and DJ had a fight about that yesterday. I'm not going to go to school on LGBTQIA or whatever to have a discussion. So if you're going to qualify, everybody has to be an expert in whatever the hell you want to sit down with you, then you've just excluded yourself from the conversation. I am willing to have conversations with people that I don't require them to be an expert, right? Let's see. While the flag code is there are no enforceable penalties written in it. So it's moot law. It was never meant to be punitive. That guy is dead on. There is nothing about the flag code, which is punitive. It's punitive. It is technically, if you're working for Uncle Sam and you screw around with a flag, you're going to get in trouble because that's against like your job description. Technically, the flag code can get you in trouble, I think, if you're literally on the clock. Just the people on the clock. And it has to do with like not being an asshole. So yeah, I hear you. And that's the whole thing, is that it's a code. So it's a respect that you give. It's a respect that's offered, and it's a respect between the individual and the country with that flag as the medium or the catalyst, right? And not everybody has to get that, but that's why it's so rooted. It's sort of rooted in. And the people that know that it's that important to some people are the people that are the first, especially the assholes. The assholes that know about that level of relationship are the first to shit on it because they know that that's an easy way to evoke stuff. Problem is they don't realize the kind of calluses that people who have a deep relationship with the flag also have. And as much as it annoys us, we realize that it's you reaching out for help, really, and it's sad. But it's just sad that you do it in such a way that disrespects yourself and so many people when you do it. Now, Chris, I'm not doing that too, because I'm sure, again, he's not doing it with any malice or whatever. But we're talking about the people that are basically assholes. Okay, you mean the one that's black and white with the blue line in the center? Yeah, so then those flags are also stupid. Now, if you get a black and white flag and put a red or a blue banner down the middle, that's not an American flag anymore, dingus. That's a black and white representation of an American flag with a blue thing on it. And guess what? That's called art. So this guy's against art. This guy's against First Amendment. Which one? The thin blue line? The thin blue domestic abuser one? So this guy went from gay pride, wearing a flag code, thin blue line, police are domestic abusers. So this guy wins the Karen of Karens. Like, this guy is upset about the fact that we're doing this and he doesn't even know we're doing it. The thin blue giant. So there's going to be a whole line of people that hate cops, I guess. This is a joke, right? Tended to be a joke. They completely serious and making it more of a joke. How about just a point? Oh, is that the only comment? 13. I think when you click like this, it shows them in order. The fact that I had to look at the comments section to see if it was a joke. Read the comments. Not another 14-year-old edgelord. What is that? What's wrong with it? See, this is, I guess this is, maybe they're being mean or maybe they're gay dudes. I don't know. Just how about just a plain old red, white, and blue flag shirt? Because I don't like that shirt either. How about like a rainbow or something, or like an AR-15 out of a rainbow? Why is the flag got to be part of it? I guess it's because they're trying to be like, hey, America or whatever, but exactly. I thought for sure it was a joke too. Surely they're not suggesting that the flag already represents our country. So I don't know. This is a whole thing where I guess they don't like, not that it's violating the flag code, but that it's screwing with the flag and making it a rainbow. Then you also have to hate cop flags and every fire department flag, whoever the green flags are, the Border Patrol. You know, there's Border Patrol flags. You probably don't see those down up there. Down here, we have Border Patrol flags. Or Veterans Awareness colors, gripe about one, gripe about them all. You realize American flag should have been a shirt in the first place, technically. Right on. This guy knows what he's talking about. Not particularly a fan of those either, particularly ways to show support for cause du jour corporately or without. And I guess that's the other thing is they're falling prey to or capitalizing on this whole like little this year it's like a whole like let's rage about the fact that the corporations are rainbowing up their logos, like, oh, that's a problem for everybody because you're told it's a problem for you. Seriously, in March, were you worried about McDonald's rainbowing up their logo? Or when someone told you to worry about it because some meme happened, now you're worried about it. So if Recoil truly was minding their business, all right. But if Recoil says they got their finger on the pulse and they know all about what's happening in the world, then they're going to put a rainbowized, an American flag on the cover of their shit and then go, hey, come in and look at this and vote for it. You know, in other words, please throw comments in here placed on the internet that loves to be weird. So I think, again, I'm going with a 42 myself. Recoil did this intentionally. So bootlicker. So now they've created some sort of like cop versus anti-cop thing. So that's another rift that we've got to keep apart. You can't mend any of those. Got to keep them open. If you can make money keeping them open, who the hell cares if the consequences are a longer time before we get rid of the NFA, right? We got about 8 minutes before the other show starts. Oh, wait. So I don't know if Wheeled and Well Armed and Budget are out there, but they've got links to the other show that's about to start here in 8 minutes, maybe. Let's see. I'll counter your sheer wishishness with the simple and immutable statement that indeed all lives matter. How is that not the same thing? I figured as much. Valuing all lives. Oh, even the unborn babies is such a terrible. So now we got abortion in there. Can we get the environment in here? Come on. Does anybody care about the environment? I feel like nobody cares about the environment in these comments. Come on. How about that red, white, and blue? I don't know what this cry is. This is that song like, oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. That is the comment equivalent of that bullshit song that everybody needs to be kicked in the nuts about. Didn't see this problem when it was black and blue. So I guess these are people that are pro-gay, anti-cop. So we've got pro-gay, anti-cop. We got pro-flag, flag code deniers. There's Budget. Hey, Budget, I am still going live here on another one. Let me screen share so you can see what I'm doing. I did this. I'll end it here as soon as Wheel jumps in. I'm live over here, though. Talking about, I don't know if you saw Recoil magazine. Yeah. Can you hear me? You don't hear me? Oh, now now you hear me.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm live over here too. So right now we're live with Budget on this screen. Don't be scared. And then we're also live on this screen because I can go live on more than one channel at the same time. we're waiting for Wield to show up, and then we'll quit this channel. But I don't know, Budget, if you've seen that Recoil magazine has a Chris Chang on the cover, and they did this thing on the
Cool.
so they did this thing on the cover. Pick the cover that you like best, right? So this one, or this one.
I think the middle one.
Okay, so really they're all the same except for the background layout or whatever. I've been looking, the shirt's the same, the gun's the same, Chris is the same. So all they did is change like this white part, and then whether or not there's that red and blue back there. So, but then the comments are nuts. The comments are 3,000 comments or something by now. So when I first looked at it, I seen it on Chris's channel. I'm kind of reviewing the whole thing for everybody here as we end it. I seen it on Chris's channel, and he says there's this thing. Normally, I hate Recoil magazine, so I would have never gone over there to do anything. But he said vote for which cover I should choose. So I'm like, well, I hate that shirt, so I'm going to go vote on some other shirt, right? And then I went over here and seen it's the same shirt, so I was like, well, I don't care now because it's all the shitty shirt with the American flag on it. But then I'm reading the comments here live, and the comments are all over the place. Like so far we've hit gays, we've hit the flag, we've hit thin blue line, we've hit cops are domestic abusers, we hit abortion, and then some other stuff that I don't say online because I don't like to get my channel tagged with like kind of garbage. But yeah, this has been crazy. So I'm blaming Recoil. You're kind of just
I bet it's been a cesspool.
Not too bad, but it's just not productive. It's just an opportunity for people to display the riffs, and then I believe for Recoil to exploit the riffs. So what I'm getting at, and since we're summarizing it here, I've seen enough of the comments. I kind of went through the comments raw. I had not looked at them. Just like I explained, I saw the thing. I don't like Recoil magazine, so I went over here to see if there was one without the flag, being all tattered and on a shirt. And the rainbow part is one of the many things I don't like about the shirt. But it has nothing to do with the gay part of rainbow. It has to do with I don't like the fucking flag on anything unless it's Uncle Sam paid you to wear that shirt right now, right? No other people should be wearing that flag on that shirt, in my mind. But that's just me. So I went over here and looked, and like I said, there's just all kinds of stuff going on. So I believe that Recoil knows full and well that they sell more magazines when they're controversial. They do whatever yeah, exactly. They do whatever they can to be controversial, including telling the world that firearms shouldn't be owned by individuals. They've done that in the past. Let's not forget the various times that their editors have had weird positions on stuff. But I'm not calling out Recoil. I mean, they're free to do whatever they want. Chris is awesome. I want to support Chris for sure. And I don't really care which cover you go with. I'm glad that they're putting Chris on the cover, whether or not they're reasoning. I am going to suggest, though, that we don't have to fall victim to these little pieces of exploitation. If they did this unintentionally, they're going to say they're so ignorant and unaware, they don't have a finger on the pulse of the community, that they're simply observing and they had no idea what would happen. Well, then they should they really be looked up to as having a finger on the pulse of the community? Now, if they are, and they do have a finger on the pulse of the community, and they did this intentionally, then that's what I'm doing, is I'm putting that out there, that I think that they knew full well what they were doing, and they took advantage of Chris and our community so that they can profit. They could have potentially had an opportunity with their reach and with their experience to mend and to create healing, and they decided not to. So I don't know if anybody else is going to post anything like this. I don't get paid by Recoil. I have no interest in being a Recoil magazine. I don't hate the magazine, but I hate the way that they exploit our community and leave our community in the wake when they do this. This isn't the first time they've done it. I support Chris a lot. I think he's cool in lots of different ways. So I'm sorry that if any of this came out to piss him off or annoy him. But anyway, I figured I'd go live because I was waiting before we chat about Blade Show, which has been going on for a long time. A couple of dudes went down there and on their own dime and checked it out, not being sponsored or going down there to get pockets full of free stuff to come home and make money on, but instead out of a pure interest in checking it out, they went down there. So we're going to go live right after this and talk to them about their experiences, take some pictures or look at some pictures and that kind of thing. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, good. If you didn't, then who cares? And if you have your own opinion, I encourage you to make your own content. Post a video, make a blog post, make a podcast, write a picture or a meme or something, get on the social media platforms and offer your opinion to the community. We're better off
That's right,
with
man.
lots of
Turn on that camera, turn on that microphone.
exactly. We're better off with everybody's opinions contributing, so we can evolve. So hopefully this worked out. I haven't really looked at. I guess we're still waiting for Wield. So we got 1 minute technically. I'll scroll the opposite way just to see if anything important came up. You see a lot of comments in here. I keep looking at the wrong one. So I guess there's 25 people out there. Appreciate everybody showing up. We don't do a lot of production value in this one, but it's real. So let's see. Can't jump in, but sound is good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Audio and video good. Rick's was on. Oh, I corked some people. I think I probably corked at least 2 people during this show. I'm going to be doing that a lot more lately or in the future here. They do stir the pot. Distressed is the word I was looking for. Thanks. Libertarianism needs to be the new conservatism. I don't know. I think we need to define some words maybe for 2021 so that everybody can reposition themselves, realign themselves, kind of get their watches all in alignment and then go, right? Like everybody can start again or start on the same footing, continue on the same footing. I don't want to say like we stopped or anything. Unpopular patriot? No thanks. Oh, I missed something there. Oh, you're saying compared to that. See, that'd be interesting. I don't know if I'm not trying to wrap my head around that. Libertarianism needs to be the new conservatism. I think there's some differences there, and it's not just like both of them aren't left. I mean, there's some real differences there. Obligations of government and such, faith in individuals and that kind of thing. He's the best not named DC project. Oh, interesting. I see where you're going with there, but there's a lot of dudes that hang out in the DC project, I think. 42s were probably in response to something I can't remember anymore. And shirt is meh. I agree. Go woke, go broke. Yeah, whatever. I've seen some woke stuff that I like and some woke stuff that makes me go nuts. So there's a lot of dumbass shit that should make people go broke. I don't care if he's gay. My issue is when that defines anybody or them. So anybody, yeah, I agree with that. 9mm shooters. You define them. I have my CZ. Hey, hey, what's your name? Oh, I'm a CZ shooter. Oh no, I mean, what's your name? Oh, like that's how some of these people are. I haven't read the article, but I'd consider that going woke. Okay. Bad comments were deleted. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Considering some of the ones that were up here, I don't know. It's okay, some of those were bad, but they definitely could have been horrible ones for sure, like angry ones or whatever. And then that was part of my wondering. I was wondering if how many of them might be fake, because there's nothing to say like Bloomberg doesn't pay somebody to say, go do something outrageous to make gun owners look insane in there. And how hard would that be? And how would we know?
Yeah.
The magazine medium is dying. It's going to lose them subscribers and those who speak their opinion to get labeled as bigots. Interesting. So that's true. And that's, I think, one of the things too, is that we're seeing some growth and some learning in how we're dealing with each other online. Because at first it was just all, I can remember back when it was like literally on AOL. Then it was the message boards. And it was like some people were on multiple message boards. And then AOL came, YouTube came around and Facebook. And for the most part, people parked there and have established huge presences there. And as they move on to new platforms and stuff, it's going to be interesting to see how how your legacy moves from platform to platform. I still think YouTube's going to die at some point. It'll be replaced by something else.
Eventually, yeah.
Because the tech will change.
Everything
When we have 3-dimensional video or something, it'll just be too old. Nobody want to use it. My friend gives me his recoils all the time. Neat pics, but not really my thing. That's how I feel. I've seen recoils when I was staying out at the gun shop, and every time I picked it up, I'm like, well, I don't wear anywhere near enough salve in my hair. I don't put enough creams in my beard, and I don't wear enough plaid and tight pants to wear this magazine. But I can understand the dude bros that do. They need something to read. Recoil is failing. I think so. I'm glad only you guys know I Insta. Good evening. There's SS Pun, Nebraska. Worst thing on the cover is the anaconda with a rail and red dot blasphemy. I think the worst thing on the rail is that they stole my museum visiting series. The outrage is right on. Yo, you something here. I don't know what that means. UAT here, long time no watch. I probably would know who that is if I thought a long time about it. I think Chris is a good dude. He's smart and good at 2A. I just think he leans on his sexual life too much. I don't think he does it. I've never heard Chris say much about it other than it's like, oh, we need a token. We need a token. Who are we calling? Who are we calling? And then it's like, there's a short list of people who are willing to be on that list. So I give him a lot of respect. I give everybody a lot of respect who's willing to be on that token list for the people that are like, I need a token, fill in the blank. I'm calling that person. And they have to now represent everybody. We're moving beyond that, though. Not to blame, but he's also guilty. Oh, no. That was Recoil. Whether or not Recoil's to blame on this one. I think we all agree 42 on that one. Oh, except for Woods. He thinks Recoil's not to blame. I think I was asking on that poll whether or not Recoil did this intentionally to stir shit up or if they were accidentally. Whatever. Have you heard about somebody lying to the Senate? I don't know. Who lied to the Senate? Me either. Turning off comments this week. Free expression is a weapon. Moose is out there. I really don't like naked people wrapped in a flag. Me either. I don't like anything wrapped in a flag. Well, no, the only thing that wrapped in a flag should never be wrapped in a flag. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only thing that should ever be wrapped in a flag, and hopefully it'll never be wrapped in a flag again. Let's see the Venn diagram of people. That's interesting. The Venn diagram. So that's the circly thing. Complaining. Yeah, that's true. I could make one of them because I'm sure I stand in there right in the damn center because there's definitely a bunch of people who don't see the difference between theirs and somebody else's for sure. You can burn an American flag, but not a gay pride flag. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, snap. That's true. I bet you you'd be a hate crime if you did any of those flags. I don't know if there are other flags, but I'll bet you if you burned a blue line flag, you'd get a hate crime against you. Smuggy was just on that post. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna go. Is Wheeled out there? Are you out there, Wheeled? We're pretty much gonna have to just start, I think, because this is getting late for budget. So I'm almost to the end. I'm just seeing if anything else is a long one. The problem with the rainbow people rage against corporation all day. Now they love them. Well, again, they're being used, man. It's not like all gay people like call up a hotline every morning and then like get the rundown and they push some buttons to agree or not. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's exploiting the shit out of everybody. And I'm sick of these international corporations coming along and poking buttons in our country, right? At this point, international corporations don't do stuff here without knowing what it does over there. So they're doing stuff to manipulate on big picture stuff, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, hopefully this solved or started some conversations. I doubt it solved anything. Hopefully it got us a bunch of money. Look at all these super chats. We got so much money. So we stirred up a bunch of controversy. We exploited the Recoil who's exploiting us. Let's just remember that Recoil decided to put this out. They've been in the industry long enough. They've exploited this specific situation of doing something exploitive at a time when it's either, I've never paid attention to when the timing was of the last times that they exploited our community and left everybody a shambles in their wake. So they had the opportunity to heal. They had the opportunity to learn from their mistakes. They're either competent and they have a finger on what's going on in the community and they are fools and they did this unintentionally, or they do have their finger on the pulse of the community and they did this intentionally to create division and exploit the rifts. So instead of getting pissed at an individual or another comment, consider why there's even a comment in the first place or why there's a place for the comment in the first place. And support Chris, support the people that are supporting Chris in the comments. Mom at Arms is amazing. Argo J has got an amazing video going on. Ursula is cool, competitive shooter here in Arizona. Not everybody in the comments is awesome. Some of them are not, but some of them are. We'll end it on that. Thanks for showing up. We'll be back to pick you up later. So that's that one ending.